Welcome back. I'm your host, Darnell Jackson, and in this crypto report, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin going to over $200,000. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to your favorite YouTube channel, Darnell Jackson Crypto. Share this video, like this video. Okay, now we're going to be talking about Max Keiser. He's out here talking 220,000 price target for Bitcoin in 2021. Now, we're gonna do a quick recap. We're going to talk about the news that kind of agrees with what Max is talking about. We're going to talk about what Max is saying, and then we're going to talk about the stuff that disagrees what Max is saying. All right, so let's jump over here and take a look at some of the news before we get into Max Keiser's comments. He's talking about a 220,000 Bitcoin. So let's figure out what are the headlines that might agree with that type of prediction. Just going to run down really quick and look at a couple of these headlines that could help his prediction. Here's a story from Forbes by Michael Del Castillo, and he's talking about 650 US banks will soon be able to offer Bitcoin purchases to an estimated 24 million total customers as part of the deal between enterprise payment giant NCR and digital asset management firm New York DIG. Community banks including we got an ad getting in the way right here. That's hilarious. Okay. Community banks including North Carolina-based First Citizen Bank and credit unions. This ad is serious. And credit unions including Bay Federal Credit Union in California will be able to offer their clients crypto trading through mobile apps built by the payment provider. Instead of having to deal with the burdensome of regulatory requirements related to actually holding the crypto for their customers, the financial institutions that opt to make the service available will rely on NYDIG's custody services. So this is a new way of solving this problem. The effort is the latest by Atlanta-based NCR to capitalize on demand it's seeing from banks and credit unions tired of seeing crypto purchases made from their accounts to outside exchanges. That's what we've been having that conversation. I know these banks have been seeing all of these Coinbase transactions, and they're sitting there like, hold on, man. People are just using us as a throughput to get to the crypto. So here, I'm going through the headlines of things that may agree with his $220,000 price prediction. This is the second story, and this is about George Soros and the Soros Fund Management is making the news because it is trading Bitcoin. George Soros' investment operation is also looking at other cryptocurrencies. Okay, so this is just kind of trying to give you a little bit of information on what could help Max Keiser's prediction. This article for The Street by Michael Bodley is talking about George Soros getting into crypto, so that's more money coming in. So, and then I just want to just show you what Google's saying. If you come up here and just search for Bitcoin, 100K for 2021, and you're seeing some articles here by Newsweek. Bitcoin likely to reach 100K in 2021. It says it's likely to reach 100K in 2021, then dip to 20K. And this is from Bloomberg. Now, that's not even halfway to where Max Keiser is predicting. Newsweek is saying 100K. Here's an article with the NASDAQ Bitcoin price prediction could hit 100K by year end. Here's an article 100K for Oracle Vinny Lingham. Here's an individual who's talking about 100,000. Someone else 100,000. Tom Lee has $100,000 price prediction. Now you don't see any $220,000 price predictions, but you see some six-figure price predictions here. All right, Benzinga talking about 135K by December. And there's some other analysis here, crypto analysis on Bitcoin. 100K plus is inevitable. All right, so here's all of the kind of ideas agreeing with Max. I want to play a little bit about what Max is talking about, and then we're going to get into some of the things that does not agree with Max. Let's check this out.
July 8th in Austin is a bit of a victory lap because, as you know, for 10 years since Bitcoin was $1, we've been saying
he's talking about
Bitcoin, that it's
his F Elon tour.
Gold, that'll become legal tender. It'll become the Bitcoin.
All right, now he's going to talk about.
So it's a way to have some fun, kind of like as a victory lap, because we won.
Okay.
You know, we won this race. All the fiat money's on the.
He says they won.
Gold is not doing anything. The altcoins, as they're called, whether it's BCH or BSV or Ether or Cardano or XRP, they're all now have been pretty much shown the exit because they claim to do
the altcoins
that Bitcoin can't do.
Okay, now here's where Max Keiser starts tripping. He says all the altcoins have been shown the door. Now we're gonna respond to that wild claim here in a second. They've been shown the door, Max.
But now Bitcoin has proven that it can do everything any of these things can do, but it can do it a lot better. So there's no use case for those altcoins whatsoever. I don't think many of them will be.
There's no use case for those altcoins whatsoever. Max Keiser.
Around in 2 or 3 years' time at all.
He says they won't be alive. Hold on.
A lot better. So there's no use case for those altcoins whatsoever. I don't think many of them will be around in 2 or 3 years' time at all.
So lots of things to break down here.
He says the altcoins won't be around in 2 or 3 years.
Just a few more points about the event. Is it a one-stop? Is it going to be a tour? And what can we expect?
Yeah, so this event is the beginning of multiple events, so it is a bit of a tour.
Okay, we're going to get back to Max. Make sure you check out this video on Stansberry Research YouTube channel. But I'm going to jump. You guys can watch the whole video, but I'm going to jump over here to why Max prediction is way off. We're going to talk about a little bit of the other side of what he's predicting. And let's just look at some of these headlines. This is some of the things that will give you a different opinion about $200,000 Bitcoin in 2021. So here's an article from The Block, and they're talking about Bitcoin's hash rate has fallen 50% from its peak in May. This is an article from Tim Copeland, and he's talking about the hash rate that supports the Bitcoin network has been cut in half. And, you know, according to the Block's data dashboard, the hash rate has decreased from 180 EHS to over 90. Due to this reduction, Bitcoin's hash rate is back to levels last seen in May of 2020. Okay, so without getting into the technicals, this is the infrastructure for the cryptocurrency itself. So if it's down to half of its capacity, how is it going to support a price that's 4 times as high? That's just a basic question. You have to really just do the math. How is it going to be possible if the underlying hash rate has a direct impact on the price? So in other words, when Bitcoin was at 63,000, it had a higher hash rate. So how is it going to get to a $200,000 price with a lower hash rate? I don't think this has been proven from a mathematical standpoint to date with Bitcoin. So that's one issue for Max Keiser's prediction. Let's jump over here to Glassnode. And on Glassnode, which is a research organization, they're talking about the results in week 26 for 2021. And they're saying the Bitcoin market continues to fight for support as mining sell pressure increases, institutional demand remains slow, and a second capitulation occurs. Now, in order to get to $200,000 this year, you're going to need to build up some really strong momentum somewhere, aren't you? And Glassnode is documenting that it's just not there. The Bitcoin market is working hard to hold the lows of the present trading range established since the sell-off in mid-May. The market traded down to a new local low of 28,993 early in the week before recovering to set an intraday high of 35,000. Now just pause here for a second. So 28,000 was the low. Max Keiser is predicting a price of 210,000. So just simple math. I mean, that's closer to a 10x from the low. 10x from 28,000 will put you at 280,000. So what he's predicting is closer to a 10x from the low. It's just you have to really look at the chances of this. He goes on to talk about the capitulation. After breaking new records on absolute dollar denominated losses in May, the market capitulated yet again this week, realizing a new all-time high of 3.45 billion in losses. Losses are realized on-chain when a coin that was last moved at higher prices is spent again at lower prices. Okay, I'll let you check out this article. The point here is just to give you just so you can see that, this $220,000 prediction does not have a ton of headlines supporting it. Okay, so here is one last piece. You noticed in the clip I played where Max Keiser is saying that all Bitcoins have no value. They're doing nothing. They've been shown the exit, right? Well, somebody show this headline to Max Keiser. Here's Tether hitting 2.3 trillion in monthly trading volume, nearly double Bitcoin. Now, Max, I'm trying to understand, how are you going to get 2.3 trillion out of Tether and into Bitcoin? This article from Samuel Town for finbold.com. He's making these excellent points here, and I want to show you this graph right here. This is the monthly trading volume of the top 10 cryptocurrencies as of June. And you can see Tether at 2 trillion. You see Bitcoin breaking 1 trillion. So Tether's twice as much. Ethereum's at 900 billion. And when you add Ethereum Classic and when you add Polygon, so if you combined all of the Ethereum platforms, they would be greater than Bitcoin. And so I'm looking at this and I'm trying to understand, how is Bitcoin going to break free and somehow skyrocket to the moon when right now it's not even able to lead in the trading volume. So that's my analysis. Let's listen to Max a little bit more. Let's see what he says next. He's been saying some very, very, very shocking comments, but let's see what he says now.
And I think the next one will be in Miami. We're looking at Seattle. We have about 5 or 6 cities lined up. And
he's talking about his Elon tour.
We get information back. We work with local people in these cities to kind of find a good venue and to do things, and then the apps that allow these things.
Okay, get to the prediction.
We're setting up. Stacy's arranging the best barbecue, which I've done many times all over the world for
we know
all the posers like Nassim Taleb or Mark Cuban, all these people that are,
now he's insulting people.
So I just go off on a wildly unhinged rant.
Max, you insulting people.
I do it for a living, so that's my, that's my job.
The most important thing, you know how much I love a good T-shirt.
That's your job.
Yeah, we'll have T-shirts, some posters. You kind of hang out and party. We got a great DJ, Sticky Buds, flying in from Canada. He's one of the best DJs in the world. He was live DJing from a song.
All right,
then there's a few others that have become known to Bitcoin. There's
she's like, I know it. Let's get to some.
We're gonna catch up.
So there's a lot of serious topics I want to talk about, but
yeah, let's get to something serious.
The Miami conference. I mean, this went viral. Like, it got picked up by CNBC. Trevor Noah spoke about you because you were really passionate, right? So the event is taking place as Elon is tweeting, as the Bitcoin
Make sure you guys subscribe. Check out this article. Check out this video on Stansberry.
Money on national
subscribe
television.
to Darnell Jackson Crypto.
Just your thoughts on that conference and what you were feeling those days.
Right. Well, as far as
okay, we don't want to hear what he feels. Make sure you guys check out this video. I think overall Max is way off. Some of the things he's saying, he's getting emotional. He sounds like he's got like he's taking personal attacks against people. Overall, I just think these are signs of somebody that's losing a real debate or a real argument. When you start making personal attacks and you're not addressing these major issues, you're talking about Ethereum has no use case when DeFi is literally on fire. It's really into the comedy. I'd love to hear your take on this video. Make sure you subscribe and share. Until the next time, peace.